Why, hello YouTube. This is Balor Mage again. This is day 2 of our 0 to hero with no magic find at all little series. So end of day 2. You can see in the background everything's going quite well. We did get our 2 watchstones today. We made an okay amount of money for day 2, somewhere around 5 to 8 divines ish total. It's a little hard to judge because I was spending most of it as I got it, but I am left with 230 chaos and an extra divine after doing a whole bunch of upgrades to our character. We will go through them all, but I will tell everyone right now, attached to the end of this video will be the Eater and Exarch fights, just the quest ones. This is my legitimate no help day 2, like reasonable expectation fight. They're not super quick and I'm not super good at them, but they're there. They're attached to the end of the video if you want to see how those went. Otherwise, if you're interested in anything that happened over the course of today or yesterday or any of the future days in this project, all of the VODs are also available on the YouTube channel. So if you want to see every single thing was done on stream, the VODs from those streams are there in a live stream playlist on the YouTube. So if you want to see how any of it goes specifically, you can always go and watch that in its entirety. Otherwise, let's jump over. So here we are. This is our current currency situation. It's a little bit low, but only because I've been spending it all. I also have about, I don't know, 250 chaos worth of harvest juice so far. So I made the decision that I'm going to spec into harvest and get that running. So let's go over what we did with our atlas. So we started with Wandering Path. We didn't take notables. We took just all of the travel nodes, a few plus map nodes, and we got ourselves the 100% chance for connected maps to drop. And that's what we did. And then just a few maps before right now, I started taking notables. So I took the harvest area, and I had the lead-in points for all of the harvest stuff because that was what I was speccing into after I get my watchstones. And I just started taking notables just now because I knew that I was very quickly approaching the point at which I would unspec Wandering Path. So at this point, now that I have my 2 watchstones, Wandering Path is going to be gone, which also means I'm going to respec all of these nodes and go into a real strategy, which for now is going to be mostly harvest. We are going to come through here still and grab that and the quant in the middle. And I am, as I get a little bit better gear, I'm going to go into some Maven Witness stuff. And that's going to be the strategy that I go with to start with. So this should be quite good. Back in my character, we did get our flasks, Dying Sun, Taste of Hate. We got ourselves a 6-link lightning coil, so we upgraded into that to stop our deaths. We also got a much better weapon and a much better quiver. Our old weapon was 700, we got an 870, and we got one with poison chance, so that I could drop the chance to poison support. We got a nice quiver. It's not fantastic. I don't need the res on it, but it's got life. It's got damage over time multi. It's got an implicit and a roll of elemental damage, so that's really good. We also got a Scourge Arrow of Menacing and a Caustic Arrow of Poison, because we started to need the damage. For most of today and most of yesterday, I was just running Lightning Arrow instead of Caustic Arrow of Poison. It's definitely less DPS. There's definitely significantly less DPS, but we didn't need DPS at the time. We needed raw speed, and the raw speed of Lightning Arrow, incomparable. So much better. So for all the low tier stuff, we did that, and when we were in around tier 14s and 15s in progression, it was starting to get just a little bit too slow to kill tanky juiced up rares, things like that. So that's when we made the decision, okay, it's time to go buy a Caustic Arrow of Poison. We did spend like 1.2 div, I think is what it cost me to buy a level 20 version, but that's fine. The rest of the gear is the same, so we are looking to replace that tomorrow. Again, the purpose of the first 2 to maybe 3 days is to get completion up, watch stones, some favorite slots sorted as quick as I can, so that I can then do the strategy that I pick. Strategy that we pick is going to be harvest and maybe Maven invitations. I am a little iffy on whether I'll be strong enough to do those right away. Destructive play is pretty rough. It's definitely requires some amount of tank on my character, which I may not quite have. I don't know yet. So we'll be testing that. If that doesn't work out, I will change over to running invites at the same time as harvest, and we'll just jump in through the gateway and do the red boys, because those are worth quite a bit as well. Yeah, that's what all that looks like. I do have the path of building, which is right here. It says we're up to 2.9 mil DPS now, which is not bad. Yesterday we were at, I think, 700k or something. So this is going pretty well. That is with everything ticked, all my Mana Forge setups on. We do have the entire path of building in the description. I just noticed I still haven't done Uber Lab, and I absolutely should. I will be doing Uber Lab first thing tomorrow. Whoops, my bad. We definitely want to do that. So we will be taking 2 minor nodes, because I have opted out of using a life flask. Frankly, I have quite enough life gain on hit. I did end up taking 50 life regen, which is the only life regen I have. Just a tiny bit, feels pretty comfortable. We're also well over res cap now because we're using elemental flasks. But that's okay, because I'm going to replace some of this gear with better gear anyway. So that's the progression. This one is relatively important. The only thing I really cared about on that which was taken was remove bleed when you use a flask, because I was giving up my life flask. Giving up my life flask means I have no on-demand heal, and also didn't want to give up a suffix on my only 2 magic flasks to be able to be bleed immune. I wanted movement speed and I wanted reduced effective curse. So I had to get one of these. Happened to find one that also had the recover 4% of life when you use a flask mod on it, which is great because I already had that mastery and I'm perfectly fine doubling up on that. I'll take an 8% heal. I did remove my life flask, so any extra healing is fine. But realistically, the life gain on hit here and the leech plus the instant leech has been more than fine. Very comfortable with that. And we also got immunity to corrupting blood to put in our Stygian Vice, but it's a very, very bad jewel. It is basically just corrupting blood immunity. That's all I went for. I just wanted to be immune to bleed. I wanted to be immune to corrupting blood, because those 2 things absolutely wreck you. Otherwise, everything's been going very smoothly. So hopefully tomorrow we get our last 2 watchstones and maybe into a cluster setup so that we can do quite a bit more damage. And then we'll be starting the hard farm to make currency, which shouldn't be too difficult, I hope. Alright, that is all. I will see everybody next time. Goodbye. Oh shit, that actually hit me. Sorta stood far enough. Oops. Shh.
My mana is low. The spheres.
One. Only needed one of those layers of defense. I did. I only needed one of those layers of defense. Huge. Huge. How many layers for the red boy? I think I'm going to have to do at least 2 ball phases, so I suspect at least 2.
Duel for control.
Annihilation. Disintegration. Cleansing. Incineration. The fires of 1,000 suns.
Okay, Frogger.
You do not have the strength, hatchling.
That may be, but I am not alone.
How pathetic. Incineration. Disintegration. Cleansing.
Oh.
The fires of 1,000 suns.
Ooh, freak out. Freak out. Lose your shit. Get hit by balls. Balls in the face. Oh.
It's mine.
Disintegration. Cleansing. Annihilation. Incineration. Disintegration. Cleansing. The hatchling surprises.
All right, we got 2 bad pairs of boots, so no luck there. But we only needed one of our extra layers of defense again. That's good for me.
Let this be a warning to your kind. Rayclast is protected.